What is the history of grassroots rugby development? Have you ever wondered how rugby grew from a game played by a few elite students to a sport enjoyed by millions? The journey of grassroots rugby development is fascinating and vital to the sport's success. Grassroots rugby development refers to the foundational stages where rugby is introduced and nurtured at the community level. This history is closely tied to the overall evolution of rugby, starting in the 19th century. Rugby began at rugby school in England in the year 1823. The first written rules were established in 1845. Initially, the sport was played mainly by students and upper-class individuals. However, rugby soon spread to middle and working-class communities, particularly in northern England and Wales. This expansion was essential for grassroots rugby, as it brought the game to a wider audience. In 1871, the Rugby Football Union was founded. This organization standardized the rules, which helped distinguish rugby union from other football codes. The creation of consistent rules made the game more accessible and organized. This formalization was key for grassroots rugby, as it provided a framework for clubs and schools to adopt and teach the sport. Local clubs, schools, and community organizations played a major role in grassroots rugby development. They introduced rugby to new players, especially youth, and promoted values like teamwork and respect. Modified versions of rugby, often called mini-rugby, were created to safely introduce young children to the game. These versions focus on fun and basic skills, allowing players to progress to youth teams and eventually adult teams. Community-level rugby also involved organizing local leagues, tournaments, and friendly matches. These events offered players the chance to gain experience and develop their skills while building friendships within and between clubs. Over time, grassroots rugby programs expanded to include improved facilities. This includes better playing surfaces, drainage systems, artificial pitches, and floodlights. Many of these improvements were supported by funding initiatives aimed at increasing participation. Grassroots rugby has been vital for the sport's sustainability and success at higher levels. It ensures that rugby remains accessible to people of all ages and skill levels. This broad base of players, coaches, volunteers, and fans supports national teams and professional rugby by continuously supplying talented players who began their journey at the grassroots level. The history of grassroots rugby development shows how the sport transitioned from an elite school activity to a widely played community game. The establishment of standardized rules, the spread of rugby to diverse social groups, and the creation of local clubs and youth programs have all contributed to the growth and accessibility of rugby. Grassroots rugby continues to be the cornerstone of the sport's development, emphasizing inclusion, skill building, and community engagement.